PG-13, yeah, maybe. PG-13.
P is a pawn, P is a pawn, G is a girl. Stand for
age.
What does PG stand for?
The age past age.
Who?
The age is over.
P, G.
Person age is 30.
Oh, wow.
we don't know.
Oh, wow.
Under 18.
Oh, my gosh.
Not still the 18.
We under 18 now. We don't fully 18 now.
ถ้าดูอะไรชอบพ่อแม่นะ
Parental guidance. In other words, mommy and daddy are going to decide who goes to the movie. Whether the 13-year-old can go or not go. Because the warning, the label, the restriction, the advice is parents, remember this movie may not be suitable for children under 13. You might not want to have the 8-year-olds going to the movie.
But usually they was on their own.
And R-rated is restricted.
Restrict what's the meaning?
And
Certain age only. Above a certain age. Might be 16, it might be 18, depends. And X-rated. Probably don't have X-rated movies. Restricted. Yeah, R.
spell ES.
Yeah, RES. Restricted. 18 and above. Depends on the rating. And of course, there's the X-rated movies, which we can't talk about. Sorry. Any other questions? PG-13, R, X.
Teacher, drama movie.
The what?
Drama movie. Drama.
Oh, well, a drama. A drama is a certain type of film or story or movie. Could be R-rated, it could be PG-13, or maybe X. I'm not sure about X. I don't know nothing about no X. You know what I mean? A drama, it would be a story of a certain type. It would be, as opposed to a comedy, which is a funny. A comedy might be, a drama might be a serious movie about something. Any other questions?
Horror movie.
The word
Horror movie.
horror. A horror movie. What's a horror movie?
Ghost movie.
Yeah.
Vampire.
Yeah, so a scary movie would be a horror movie, like a monster.
Frankenstein.
Yes,
Frankenstein.
like Frankenstein.
แล้วก็ที่เลยที่ผีอีกแล้วว่า
Or a horror movie would be a scary, very, with giants or, you know, people eating other people and stuff like that. It'd be real scary, a very scary movie, horror. That's a horrible movie. That could be a very bad movie. But a horror movie is one with monsters and dinosaurs and stuff like that, chopping people up and what have you. Any other questions about What's on the board here?
Well, X.
X?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know nothing about no X ratings. The last thing I would know anything about is an X-rated movie. In fact, I've never seen an X-rated movie in my life.
One time.
I know nothing about X-rated movies.
Exercise.
Exercise. That's right, exercise. Gym work, gym, X-rated, gym. Any other questions? Okay, good. Parental guidance, PG. In other words, they're warning or advising the parents that maybe this movie is not suitable for children under the age of 13 for some reason in the movie.
ที่เชิญโปรนั้นหน่อยโปรนั้น CA ชั้นที่เชิญตัวนี้ PR ใช่ปะตัว S กับตัว B อ่ะโปรนั้นอ่ะ
What?
โปรนั้น CA ชั้นอ่ะ S กับ S pronunciation how to pronounce accent อ่ะที่เชิญ pronounce
Pronunciation. How to pronounce.
What is this?
ไม่เข้าใจ
นี่อะไรตัวนี้อะไร S
F.
F
F, yeah, F.
F.
เอาเสียงแบบ F ออกเสียง F
Yeah, right.
ออกเสียง
F.
B
If I have said this once in this classroom, I have said it 10,000 times.
V
B.
B
B. B. B.
ดูเขาทำปากบีเขา
B. Not we, not we. B. 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 R rated.
ไม่ได้แปลเจ็บแปลไม่รู้แทนนะเพราะเราไม่เคยเกี่ยว
Yeah, on TV. 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 B. B. Television. Television. Vision. Vision.
Son of bitch was it?
I don't know. Never heard of it before.
Never heard?
No. What would I know about stuff like that? What would a guy like me know about stuff like that? Okay, here we go. Defeat. 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 Discover. Discover. Election. Election. Explore. Explore. Inflation. Inflation. What does it mean to defeat someone or something? Defeat. No. Defeat would be to beat, in a sense, your opposition. The Thailand football team defeated the Malaysian team 3-0. The army defeated the enemy, beat the enemy, defeated them. overcame the enemy. To defeat is to win over someone. The Thai team defeated the Malaysian team 3-1. In other words, Thailand won the game 3-1, and Malaysia lost. Malaysia was defeated. To defeat is to conquer and win over something. To defeat. To defeat. The army of China defeated the enemy of Japan, or something like that. Discover.
Find out. Find out.
To discover would be to find,
Find.
to locate something, to discover. And many times it means that you might find something that you were surprised to find. Ooh. When Columbus discovered America, Columbus in 1492, he was looking for not America, because he didn't know it was there. He was looking for India. But he was blocked going from Europe. He didn't realize that there was America in the middle before you would get to India. So a lot of times you'll notice that the Native Americans are referred to as Indians. Not because that was the original name, no. They thought at the beginning they were in India, but it wasn't. But the name stuck and they became known as Indians, even though they weren't anywhere near India. To discover, to find or locate. Election. Yeah, an election is an event where someone is selected to be in a position, a certain position. It could be like in November, there will be an election in the United States to pick the president. You can have an election here in the temple to select a leader or something like that. You would vote, and the one who gets the most votes wins. And suppose somebody got 10 votes, but the other guy got 15, he would be elected. He won the election. He was selected to be the president or the chief or whatever it happens to be. But you would have an election to select a certain person.
Choose.
Yeah, to select or choose, or you know, there's 10 different words you can have. So the election will be held on November 8th, and if whoever gets the most votes will be president of the United States. Explore.
Discover. Find.
Well, you can explore, but you might not discover. Explore would be to look, to search around. Columbus was trying to, he was exploring, trying to find India, but what happened was he discovered America. He was looking to explore India and ended up in America. He discovered and found suddenly, whoa, there it is, I discovered it. Discover, to explore is to go looking, and maybe you'll discover it, maybe not. Explore is basically to look around, usually in a far and distant place. Inflation.
The rise of the rising of the price, the money.
Well, right. Inflation can be a money issue, an economic term too. To inflate would be to make something bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you have a flat tire on your car, a flat tire, you might have to get an air pump, and boom, 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 boom. What are you doing? I'm inflating my tire, putting air in the tire. Boom, 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 boom. And inflation can also refer to a financial or economic term where you would have maybe a baht would be, let's say, worth 30, let's say $1 US, let's say. $1 US worth 30 baht. But if a week later, or a month later, or 2 weeks later, $1 US was worth 50 baht, whoa. Inflation going up against the US dollar, inflating. The money is not worth as much as it was. Instead of getting 30 baht, you get 50 baht back for the dollar. So you have more tourists coming to Thailand if it was worth that much. But is to get bigger and inflate is to grow and grow larger. Most of the time it refers to inflating a balloon, blowing up a balloon, and it's floating away. Putting air in the balloon, inflating the balloon. Explore, election, discover, and defeat.
Why they don't use the word blow? Blow the balloon. Blow the balloon.
To blow,
Blow the balloon.
to blow the balloon, that wouldn't be right, I don't think. To blow the volume.
The balloon that the children play. The balloon.
Well, if you blow up the balloon, you would have a balloon,
You blow.
whoop, whoop, blow up the balloon.
But the big balloon cannot use blow.
Well, no, you would inflate.
Inflate.
The big, like an air balloon, a huge, big, like a Zeppelin or something like, something like a giant air balloon. You would inflate the thing, to not blow it up so much as inflate. To blow up many times means to destroy. They blew up the building. They put some type of explosive in the building and blew it up. But in this case, you're inflating the balloon. You're making the balloon bigger and bigger and bigger by putting air in the balloon. Election. Someone will win the election and someone will lose the election, depending on the number of votes the person gets. This explore is to look around, especially in a new and different area where someone hasn't been before. And to discover is to find, to locate. So, defeat, inflation, explore, election, discover. Yeah? Okay.
Collect photo for you.
Huh?
I collect photo for you.
Oh, okay, good, appreciate it. Thank you.
ทั้งห้องผมรออยู่คนเดียว
I need photographs of everybody.
ปวดมากเลยครับ
Any questions about the words? Inflation, explore, election, discover, and defeat. They were defeated. They lost the game. How did your team do? Oh, we were defeated. We did not win. We lost the game. The other team won. We were defeated. Too bad. It was close. We lost 3-2. Oh, too bad. Well, maybe next time you'll win and will not be defeated.
Means lose. We
Teacher.
defeat lose.
Teacher,
Yeah.
defeat cannot to fight.
If it what?
Because we say we cannot to fight.
to be in a fight and to be like in a boxing, if you lose, you have been defeated. You have lost the game, you have lost the boxing match, whatever the contest was. It could be a war, it could be a boxing match, it could be a football game, a baseball game, whatever. If you lose, you have been defeated.
Can you to the business?
Business?
Yeah. Cannot.
Well, it depends on, you can't use it all the time, but I'm sure that there's a way.
Because business is not finished.
Defeat would not be so much a business term. You could probably find a sentence or two where you could use it, but generally would not be a business-related term. We were competing with the other company to see who would sell the most cars, and they outsold us. They sold more cars than we did. You could say that we came up short or something, we were defeated. Not really, it wouldn't be the ideal word. You could use it, nobody's going to get upset about it, but it would not be 100% correct. Usually defeat is in a context that everybody understands is a contest. A game, a war, whatever you want, a contest of one type or another. We were defeated. We lost. We had to go. We just lost the battle. We lost the fight. Defeated. Discovered. Columbus discovered America. Oh my gosh, look at that. What's that? Oh, that's America, sir. It is? Whoa, didn't know that. And then the election will be held. The person with the most votes will win the election. And Henry M. Stanley explored Africa in 1872 and found Dr. Livingston. But I'll talk about that tomorrow. Inflation, enlarging. Could be an economic term, or we can inflate the balloon. Put the air in the balloon. You have a flat tire, you better inflate the tire. Pumping air into the tire, it is inflating. Any other questions about that? Okay, that'll be it for today. Tomorrow is the Buddhist day, so the next class will be Monday. Not my day, Monday. Okay.
See you Monday. On Monday.
Monday.
ไม่ใช่เปลือกแดง
เอาเรื่องของลมใหม่เข้าเป็นไรนะเห็นไม่ต้องผลิตแล้วเอาตัวใหม่เข้ามันก็ไม่เป็นไรได้ให้คือตัวก็ไม่เป็นไร
ก็ดีแล้วเราได้
เอางี้ครับแต่วันนี้เลยทำเองทำเสียงได้แต่ว่ามีใช่ไหมคุณเลยเวลาเราไม่ได้ทำไม่ได้เลยทำสิ่งที่ติดมาที่ขายของน้อยที่เนี่ยก็ไปในความต่อ
Try and sing it. If you mix the tape and all, you will know that I am gone. You can hear me so loud. I'm just my
อยากร้อง
What
เพ
the
ลง
heck is she talking about?
one and two, one and three, one and
เราจะไปดู
four.
รูปอยู่แค่เชียร์ไปร้องที่ไหนอ่ะ
Oh, right. Wow.
จะไปร้องที่ไหน
Yeah, okay. Okay.
แล้วเอาเพื่อน
Fire for singing for fire.
Yeah.
โอเคเข้า
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
See you Monday.
Monday, yeah, Monday.
จะไปร้องเข้าที่ไหนเขาไม่ร้องทั่วไปร้องให้เชื่อไปเดียวร้องไปถึงวันสองช่วยบ้างแล้วใช่ไหมว่าจะร้องไปถึงจะได้บ้าง
Okay.
เขาไปอยู่ได้หรอมีจะดีกว่า
Okay.
See you teacher
Yeah,
How about 15 not
I think I will. It's a Thursday, it's not the Friday, right?
Thursday
Yeah, I'll know for sure on Monday. I'll know for sure. My son might come, but I don't know which day. It's either the, but I think it's the
your son
16th.
come
Yeah.
maybe he can go if you want
Well, we'll see. I'm not sure when he's coming. I have to check with him this weekend to find out